Hi boys and girls. Today we are going to learn a grammar lesson involving pronouns. And pronouns are little words that take the place of nouns. We see them in sentences and in stories. And the reason we use pronouns is if we're telling a story about a particular person and say her name is Liz. Well, instead of saying Liz this and Liz that and Liz that, that gets kind of boring, kind of a little hard to read. We can use pronouns instead of Liz's name over and over again. Now, Liz is usually a girl's name, so we would use the pronoun she or her. So pronouns are seen everywhere, so we're going to be practicing with them this week. So I have some examples here of some pronouns. When we see he or him, she, her, we, they, those pronouns take the place for people, people's names, okay? Here is a pronoun it. We will use it to take the place of things, animals, or even places. Like the school, we could say it instead of saying the school. And then another example of pronouns is when we're talking about ourselves. Me and I, those are pronouns that are used when we talk about ourselves. Okay, so if we're telling a sentence about something we did, we're not going to use our name. We're going to use the pronoun probably I. Okay, so we're going to see these pronouns a lot, and it's helpful to understand what they take the place of. Okay, so we are going to do a little activity together. I'm going to slide it down so you can see my chart here. Okay, and my chart has some sentences. Let me slide it over so you can see all of my sentences. Are kind of a little bit long. And what we're going to do is we're going to replace the underlined words with pronouns. Okay, just going to change our sentences a little bit. It doesn't change the meaning of them or anything. It just makes them a little easier to read. And either way, the sentences will still make sense. Okay, whoops. So these are the pronouns that we're going to be using. Okay, she, they, slide that down so you can see it, he, it, and we. Okay, so these are just some examples of some pronouns that we're going to use, and we're going to change the underlined word with one of these pronouns. And the underlined words are giving us some clues to tell us which one we're going to choose. So our first sentence is Bob has blue eyes. So our sentence is about Bob. Okay, now usually Bob is a boy or a man's name. And when we want to use a pronoun, we're going to use he. We're going to change Bob to the word he. He has blue eyes. See? So changing it into a pronoun doesn't change my sentence really. It's still talking about a boy or a man. Okay? So we're using the pronoun he. Our second sentence, Jane likes pizza. So again, I've underlined the word Jane. That's a person's name. And usually Jane is for a girl. Okay? A girl. So when we're looking at our pronouns that are left, she is the pronoun we would use, to replace Jane. Let's see. She likes pizza. Sentence still makes sense. Instead of using her name, though, we're saying she. Bill and Tim jumped. So I've underlined not just one name, but two names. So this is going to be a plural pronoun, a pronoun that means more than just one. So I wouldn't just say he jumped because it's not just one boy, it's two. So I'm going to use the pronoun they, not the pronoun we, boys and girls. We use the pronoun we when we're talking about ourselves as part of a group. And I'm not Bill and I'm not Tim, so I'm not included in that group. So we would use the pronoun they. They jumped. So when we see the pronoun they, we know it's talking about more than one person. The flag is large. So I've underlined the flag. Well, when I know a flag is a noun, it's not a person, It's not a place, it's a thing. It's not a boy or a girl. So that's when I would use my pronoun it. It is large. And our last one, Gail and I are happy. So this is when I would use the pronoun we. Okay, my sentence is, my subject, is plural. It's more than one person that is happy, but I am part of that group. Okay, so when we have I as part of a group and we need to change it into a different pronoun, that is when we would use the pronoun we. So they and we are both talking about plural nouns. They is talking about other groups of people. We is when we're included in that group. Okay, we are happy. So those are pronouns, boys and girls. You're going to have a chance to practice replacing nouns with pronouns on your own. I've attached a pronoun sheet for you to try and work on yourself. I think at the top of it, you have to be a pronoun hunter. You need to circle the pronoun in the sentences, and then at the bottom of your page, you have to do something similar to this. You're going to be given a sentence and you have to decide which pronoun that it will take the place of. Awesome job, boys and girls. Thanks for your attention, and I can't wait to see how you do. Bye.